Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. What a great opportunity we have. This is Lowellville Football Coaches Corner. Yes, we turned over the calendar to January, but we're talking football because, ladies and gentlemen, tonight Lowellville made it official. They have hired the state champion, future Hall of Fame coach, and now the Lowellville head football coach, Mr. Jim Tsilimos. Coach, congratulations many times over. Welcome back to the ranks. Certainly, I'm sure that you are no stranger to many football fans around this area with your resume, sir. What made this job so appealing to you and wanted to come back to head coaching?
I really like their tradition. They seem to be right up in the league every year, and they make the playoffs. And that's a coach's dreams, because that's part of my goals. I'll teach to the kids that we want to have a winning season. We want to win the league. We want to make the playoffs and win. So
You've been dabbling, obviously, on the sidelines since you've left the head coaching style. Carrollton and back to Lisbon, and now on to
Bill Meek gave me an opportunity. He's like a brother to me. We coached together. I love the guy. He gave me and I was honored to help him out last year, and because he helped me all those years. And I spent a year at Lisbon, and before that, for 5 years, I was at Carrollton, and we had some good success. We started slow. At one point, my first year, we were 0-8.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe I'd be done there, because I didn't know if we could win the last two, and we won the last two. And from that point, we really didn't look back. We had 3 7-3 seasons and a 6-4, and made the playoffs 4 years in a row. And I turned it over to my defensive coordinator, Storm Hill, and they went 7-3 this year and went to playoffs. So yeah.
You look at the success that you've had your entire career. It all starts with the running game. I mean, it is starts and ends with there in defense, obviously. But when you look at the running game, and stopping the run. So when you look at what Lowellville has, their success has been predicated all on the same thing: stopping the run in the run game.
Yeah.
Does that kind of, when you looked at this position, did that kind of match up?
I don't know if I was talking to Billy or I was talking to someone, and they said, they graduated a good running back, in which they did.
Sure
he was
did.
tremendous. And my comment was, you know what? Lowellville always seems to find someone to run the rock.
That's right.
So, so I feel real good about that. And, we'll run the football, but we got some kids we're going to have to spread it out. So,
well, you've got a cannon for an arm for a quarterback for sure. You've got some weapons.
He's a young kid. He got a lot of experience last year and had success. And I told him tonight that I asked him, have you ever taken a snap under center? Because when I got to Carrollton, none of those kids had ever done that.
Everything's shotgun now.
Well, but I told him it would be about 60% under center, and about 40% would be in pistol. So,
Hey, what was the reaction there? Did his eyes light up?
Yeah, well, he said that he's done it.
Yeah.
So I was glad to hear that. So it's something that we don't really have to teach. And I'm excited for him, because I'm a firm believer in the play action game off of it.
Yep.
And we got about 4 or 5 plays, and we're going to practice and get good at it. And the big key offensively, we got to create a line. We got to have an offensive line, and if we can do that, you can do a lot of things. So
you win the state championship in '95. And here we are, 2025. What has changed in the 30 years that you've
Well, I
seen?
just think kids got more options today. They don't have to play sports, because there's too many things else they can do. And, and that's been a battle with all the sports, is getting kids out to compete. And, and I even told the kids tonight, I said, I want you playing basketball. I want you going out for track or baseball in the spring. Enjoy yourself in high school. And that's, we talked about that in the interview. I just think it's, let's face about 1% of them have that opportunity to go on and get some money and play college or beyond. And, they got the 4 years go quick, enjoy it. And then from that point on, it's lifetime sports. So, get involved in other sports. Competition is big if you compete all the time, and then that's a good thing. So
For maybe some of the kids that did make it, or the parents that are going to want to know who is Jim Tsilimos and what are his expectations, what would you pitch to them?
well, my expectations is again that we want to win,
Yeah.
and that's the bottom line is having success. All right, now each year is different. Every team, each team forms their own personality, and we'll see. But I'm expecting, I'm demanding that we're well coached. Their team and they're coachable. I told them that tonight. So I just feel that if we can build or build off of what's been passed to me,
Yeah.
I think we can have some success. Yeah, you're going to have your ups and downs every week. It's a struggle. I don't care who you're playing. It's a struggle. And in this league that Lowellville's in, if you have a bad night, you're going to lose.
Yeah, the MVSC's tough.
Yeah, it's no doubt. It's a tough league, and you better bring it. And that's how it was with Carrollton in the EBC. We had battles. The only team that we couldn't beat was West Branch, and they're well coached,
Yep.
and they're an outstanding organization, and they do the right things, and they're very successful. But we beat everyone else. But it was a battle. It was a battle. So, I'm going to preach that kids every night, every Friday night, it's going to be a battle. Nothing's going to be easy. No one's going to give us anything. We're going to have to go and grind it out and get a win. So nothing's going to hand us anything. So.
You kind of already alluded to it, but I want to talk about how challenging it is sometimes to get and recruit your own hallways, because especially with the declining number of participation in sports now, how do you plan on continuing to have that foundation start at the lower levels, the elementary, middle school
levels?
levels?
I'm going to try to get them to do some of the stuff. And I know, the Pee Wee leagues, the youth leagues, they can only do so much. All right, and they usually give the ball to the biggest kid that's just under
right.
the weight class, and I get that. And defensively, they can only do so much. But at least getting the kids to snap from under center, and running some of our stuff that they can run. And I'd be more, I told them in the interview, I'd be more than happy to sit down and get her, help them out any way I can. And then the junior high does a little bit more, and then the high school kids. So, yeah.
I've been doing this about 8 years with YSN, and the biggest thing that I've learned about head coaches is they talk a little bit about themselves, but a lot about their staff. Have you considered who you're going to have on your staff?
Well, I've talked to some people, and I don't want to mention names yet, but eventually, in the next couple of weeks, it'll come out. I've gotten a number of resumes. I've talked to people, and so I'm looking forward to. We're going to meet on Saturday and start talking. So. Yeah.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you so much for your time. The newest coach of the Lowellville Rockets, Jim Tsilimos. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.